Yeah, the new Blue Eye support looks really good. You know, I posted about the OCG. Basically, the OCG is getting taken over by Blue Eyes for the most part. Like, this is preliminary results out of the OCG, but it's looking like Blue Eyes is the best deck in the OCG. You see 24% Blue Eyes post-ban list with 10% Ryzeal and then 9% Orcust. So, like, it is pretty crazy in that regard to see, like, Orcust come out of nowhere with the new support and just, like, really take a commanding just third place over Malice. Over Malice. And this is without Nightmare Mermaid, which just came back in the OCG, or sorry, Master Duel. So I could see the OCG possibly doing that, but with Orcust being this, I don't know. I don't even know if that would do really that much for the deck, right? But I feel like Ryzeal being 10% is interesting. That might just be like people are just playing it syndrome, or it could actually be like still the second best deck, which that is where I was leaning towards. I was like, you know, I was like, Blue Eyes is probably going to take over. So that is kind of what we see happening here. So yeah. Blue Eyes is very good. That's what you Dweller just got banned too, so Blue Eyes just got way better because of that offhand. And Scythe is still legal, but so it'll be interesting if like the same thing happens in the TCG and then Ryzeal still stays there. You see Memento at 5th place, which is interesting. I feel like Memento has always been like the 5th best deck in the OCG, like literally, like till the end of time. So like, but then you also see Whitewoods there, probably the Azamina variant if I had to guess. Crystron at 4%. I feel like this is going to be similar in the TCG. Crystron's looking to be really good. Like some of their combo lines, some of their one card combo lines quite literally play through, I believe, 3 hand traps. I could be wrong. Maybe it's not it could be the 2 card combo, which, okay, that's still pretty good, right? That's like, it's like the gold standard, right? Playing through 3 hand traps on your standard combo line. And then Gem Knight, which is also a deck that gets support in Terminal World 2, I believe. And it is going to basically turbocharge that deck. But I also believe Brilliant Fusion's at 1 in the OCG. So, we'll see if that comes to 1 over here. I'm presuming it might. What's up, Magic Geek in the chat? Hey, brother, man. How's it going? Nice to see you, my man. Salad Goat in the chat. The Magic Geek. I saw you just uploaded a new salad video, too. Card limits. Meta players say anime decks don't have a place in the competitive, and Kaiba is going to be worlds worthy twice. Yeah. Card limits. This is why, dude, this is why I mess with you. Like, I really do. I appreciate, because Yu-Gi-Oh has so many. I feel like at the end of the day, competitive players like these 2 deck formats, but Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh, they want people to be able to play what decks they want, including anime decks, as it turns out. Because every time an anime deck comes out, or that is viable, it's always pushed to be the best deck at Worlds. Blue Eyes won Worlds in, was it 2015 or 2016? I believe it was 2016. And then Yubel just won Worlds in 2020, 2024. And we also had, now we have Blue Eyes, and Blue Eyes is quite literally just like the stage is being set for it to be the best Worlds deck. Like, it is crazy the the drive that Konami is doing. Like, they have Josh Allen doing a 55-yard just like pointer down the football goal. Like, honestly, like, it's kind of crazy. Like, they just see that shit coming, and it's going to be cool. We're all going to be here for it because Blue Eyes is going to get a lot of people back into the deck, into the game. I think the Blue Eyes structure deck is really well designed. It has like value to it, and then also the deck is going to be very good. So like, can't wait to see how that goes in the TCG. I think if Dweller's still going to be around, it's not going to be, dominant until something happens to Ryzeal, but something will eventually happen to Ryzeal. So what do you guys think of this breakdown, the first post-ban list breakdown for OCG? This is something that we can expect in our April ban list. This is kind of going to be our like our Nats meta. So if you're looking for like notes for our Nats meta in the US and other places like Euros, I do think that this is going to be like what you're looking for. So investing in like kind of getting Blue Eyes And Ryzeal, like, is not a bad pick. I feel like Ryzeal is going to be playable until, you know, at least after Nats. And like I was alluding to before, Konami likes to make every deck playable at the end of the day. They do not keep around tier 0 formats. So, like, they want you to be able to at least, like, not exactly, like, win YCSs with your pet deck, but they want you to be able to at least compete in, like, we're getting branded support in April, you know? Like, you know, like, there's confirmed support based on the new Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and the new Yu-Gi-Oh anime is based on branded. So, you know, just put one and one together. It's so, like, branded's gonna get a power up, you know? Like, they're bringing branded up to where it needs to be, and that's what they do with a lot of decks nowadays. And a lot of people just can't stand that, to be honest, unfortunately. And it's, like, crazy to me, card limits, that people don't want anime decks to be playable too on some level, because, like I said, it gets people, you know, they see this card on the anime and they're like, yo, let me get into this. They're gonna see Albaz, like, summon, like, turn into Mirror Jade, like, with the Ice Blade, you know, he's gonna go crazy with the animation, and people are gonna be like, I want to do that, and, like, there's gonna be a commercial afterwards for the card game, you know, or, like, the white collection, like, hopefully we get the white collection. So, you know, it's something, like, I think this is a fine thing, and Blue Eyes at 24%, like real, like, this is just, like, something where this is very manageable, right? Like, if Blue Eyes turns to 34% plus, we'll come back and talk about that. But right now, 24%, that's something where I could see any of these other decks underneath it, like, being innovated on some level and competing with the top deck for percentages. So yeah, what do you guys think? I kind of just went on a tangent there, but I felt like I was kind of spitting there. So let me know. We're going to play some Master Duel, though. Final duel before rank up is always sus, says card limits. Evening meta. What's up, Battle Ramp 316? Am I good now? Right now in DB playing your decks as Slavko. How's it going, dude? Let me know how the deck is performing. Are you using the Azamina one? I presume. I appreciate it. Yo, Jay Underwood, you the guy. I appreciate that, dude. Too kind, but once again, like, refer these GOAT status claims to people that, like, deserve it. I put out my content for the community, and I like to bring people up, but, you know, I still need to do better myself at these tournaments. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to YCS Orlando, and, you know, we're going to really try to do our thing, as we say. Lee Warrior 88, I've been testing Jess Goblin Biker Fiendsmith. Oh, Jess made a list. That's cool. What does it look like? Card limits yeah, I already read that. Xavier Wolf, what's up, dude? Nice to see you, my man. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you had great holidays, Xavier Wolf. Let's have this. We all like Blue Eyes, exactly. Thanks for following Thwag0 on Twitch. I appreciate it. Card limits, it's a brick wall sticking to his guns after being knocked down. I'm excited to see how Blue Eyes shapes up in the TCG. Exactly. Like, we already innovate really hard in the TCG. Like, there's just people who just, like, literally just live and breathe Yu-Gi-Oh! So, like, you know, we're going to see innovations that the OCG did not see, most likely, as it usually be. You know, case in point, Fiendsmith Ryzeal. To be fair, they only had one engraver, but I believe they had 3 engraver with Ryzeal for, like, a couple weeks. So they could have done it, and they didn't. The Magic Geek, what do you think will be the most expensive card for Blue Eyes? A new one, or you think something will skyrocket? I mean, the QCR Spirit is already, like, that card went from, like, a $5 QCR to, like, $55+. So, you know, the thing is about Blue Eyes, it's a structure deck. It's a structure deck, you know? A lot of it's going to be cheap. So, most of all, the most expensive staples, I can tell you right now, Magic Geek, I guarantee, is going to be Mulcharmy. Like, and I think the Blue Eyes structure deck comes out like a month before Stampede or something like that. So you're not going to really have to deal with that. There are going, if you're talking about archetypal things, you know, if you're talking about archetypal things, like what's going to be the most expensive thing, like we can take a look right now. It's going to be the Primite cards, right? So like Lordly Low is already a $40 card on TCG. Like, so if you can try to get Lordly Lows, I'd get them. Also Dominus Purges, you know, those are going to be your, and then also Primite another barrel, basically. I love Ether Barrel. We just call him another barrel around here. He like this, if it's a secret rare, which I believe it will be, someone correct me if they announced this or not. I believe they announced it. I believe it looked like a secret rare, but I could be wrong. This is going to be an expensive card too. Everything else though is going to be, you know, dirt cheap. Like these are all structure deck cards, but obviously it's just a lot of staples. And like the extra deck though is going to be very cheap. We still need, I mean, we'll get the link, but you know, if you look at this extra deck, it's quite cheap. So it's going to just be those staples.